We prayed to see our beloved girl again. The contact started small, but then she wanted permission to move into the doll. We said yes. And that's when it became stronger. She's back. The doll. The devil. It's not real. It's not real. Annabelle.
Rated R.
What is going on, guys? Quarantine coming at you with another review on a movie. So how you guys doing? Myself. So today I'm doing another review on a movie. Like I said, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm doing this review pretty freaking early. But you know, that's just the things that I do for you guys these days. I get up early at a certain time and I do the reviews for you because you guys want to know how the movie was. And also, haven't made a lot of reviews, so I thought I'd start doing more now. And yeah, so after this review, I'm going to go ahead and tell you there's 2 more reviews coming out for the Jessica Jones season reviews, and then the Iron Fist season review, so that way we can be ready for Marvel's The Defenders, which comes out tonight. And, or how many days does it come out? I think it's tonight that is when it comes out. So we're just going to go ahead and get started on the Annabelle Creation movie review before we even get to those ones. The Marvel reviews will be coming shortly right after this one, so be sure to stay tuned for those on my channel after this one already goes up. Those will be up very shortly. Now, if you've already seen the Conjuring movies and the first Annabelle film that was made by the people who made the Conjuring movies, then you already know what this movie is about. So this movie is directed by David Sandberg, and he's in charge of making all the other movies that I just named off, like The Conjuring 1, 2, and Annabelle. Now, be warned, if you have not seen the first Annabelle movie, it is very highly important that you watch the first one, because at the end of the movie, it makes total sense, and it ties into the first one. Because this movie is more of like an origin story of Annabelle and how she came to be. Another little quick note. If you don't know what the actual real-life Annabelle doll looks like, it's important that you do. So look online and look up the videos of the original Annabelle doll. I'll leave it in the description box below. The guy who takes care of the doll is named David. I can't remember the last name of him really, but he takes care of the doll. He has to basically baptize it and cover it in holy water and stuff like that. Like, this doll is dangerous, and it's not exactly as you think it would look in the movies. It's actually a Raggedy Ann doll. Now, like I said, if you don't know that, it's really important that you do, because something important in that movie actually shows something like that. Like, it has a very important scene to realize something like that in the movie. So that's just something I need you guys to understand, is that if you don't know what the original Annabelle doll looks like, it's important that you do, because something special shows up in this movie. So, like I said, you gotta watch the original Annabelle movie, and you gotta know what the original Annabelle doll looks like in order to understand the certain endings of the movie. But anyways, so like I said, it's directed by David Sandman, and the cast is a pretty well picked cast. These are new actors, or maybe they're old actors, pretty much. I know one of those little girls in particular have been in a movie before, but a majority of the other ones, I don't ever remember seeing them in any film, to be honest. But nevertheless, they all did a really good job. And let's just go down the list and like get off the names of the main characters of the movie. We got actors like Miranda Otto, who plays as Mrs. Samuels, who is the mother of the daughter of Annabelle, and the father, who is played by Anthony LaPaglia, who plays as Mr. Samuels. So pretty much they had a daughter named Annabelle. She was a really happy girl. They had a really happy life. You know, they worshipped God, and they went to churches on Sunday. The dad was a doll creator, like he made dolls for toy stores. And one day when Annabelle and her father and mother were on their way home from church, they were trying to fix a tire, and the dad was trying to get one of these bolts out of the tire, and the bolt rolled off into the street that they were stuck on. And Annabelle wanted to be the little helpful daughter that she is and help Daddy fix the truck, so she went out to get the bolt, but she completely forgot that there was a car coming, and she got hit by the car and died. That's not a spoiler. That's literally been on like the second trailer of Annabelle Creation. It literally kind of shows it right off the bat. I think it was in the first one too. But pretty much now that Annabelle's dead, they they prayed to God and whatever other God out there in the world could do. They prayed out there to just say they want their daughter back because they grieved so bad. And eventually they got what they wanted, because next thing you know, the spirit of their daughter shows up, but it's not what they expected it to be because it wasn't their daughter. Next thing you know, the spirit that was invited to come back as the daughter actually turned out to be a demon. And once they figured this out, they needed to get rid of it or hide it as best as possible, because the mother, who was played by Miranda, got hurt by the demon and lost an eye for it, and then she pretty much had to wear a plastic mask for the rest of the movie, which you'll see during the film as her character becomes more revealed. And it shows the parents putting the doll of Annabelle, because it's inside the doll now after getting permission to go in the doll. They put the doll in this very dark room, like it's a closet pretty much, and they put it in this closet, aka dark room, and they surround the doll with pages of the Bible with verses that are said to be very powerful against demonic presence, and covered those with holy water and stuck them to each other with the holy water and stuff like that. Had a priest come by and then cover it with more holy water, say some prayers, and then shut the door and locked it forever. But that's at least to say that the spirit didn't like have its own little games to play by sending out the actual spirit of Annabelle to like lure people in to get the doll out. And as the movie gets more suspenseful, then you get introduced to the new characters, which are all orphans. They are trying to find a new place to live because their original home they couldn't live anymore, and they get invited by the Samuels to live in their house that is now pretty much abandoned, really, just with those two and the demon itself in there. But they don't know that the demon's in there yet until they get to the house. Now it's gonna go. Like I said, let's go over the cast of the new little girl orphans and whatever, the new actors and stuff. Let's go ahead and go down the line of the cast real quick. You got Stephanie Siegman as Sister Charlotte, and she's of very big importance to this group, I think, because she really is the glue to these little girls and how they stick together, really. And she's just a really great character to have. She's very faithful, very brave, and she's willing to do whatever she can to make sure that the girls are safe through the whole movie, and she does a really good job at that. I think she did a really good job at her role. By far, part of the best performance I've seen through the whole movie, honestly. And then you got the actual main character / protagonist through the movie, who plays as Janet, Talitha Bateman. And she plays as the girl who is pretty much a little handicapped. She has to walk around with a cane for the rest of her life because she's been crippled. And she's the first person to see really any like paranormal activity happening in this film. And she's pretty much the reason why Annabelle comes to be a very big problem in this film, along with all the other girls who are experiencing paranormal activity right after her. And then you got the Ouija board's Lulu Wilson, who is also the little girl / best friend of the protagonist / main character. And she wants nothing more than for her and Janice to be sisters as they get adopted in this orphanage. And they both swore the vow that they would not get adopted without each other because they love each other too much. They want to be together forever, and they don't want to be separated. Now, let's go ahead and get into more of the movie-wise. As the movie gets more suspenseful, I have to say, right off the bat, they did a really good job doing jump scares, because the jump scares were actually really, really well planned out. They weren't overly done, and it didn't really, it didn't really suck like all other scary movies. Really, it did a really good job. I think that the people who make the Conjuring movies, like David Sandman, like I said, I think they do a really good job at like jump scares and suspenseful build-ups, because literally there's not one of their movies that I haven't been, like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Because literally they do not stress out, and they do not overdo a jump scare like every other movie film out there. Because literally this one just had so many good jump scares that I didn't see coming. Now, I have to just say that I didn't jump at a lot of it because it's just like, it's a horror film. I'm 22 years old. I'm not really scared of that stuff anymore. But that's not to say that I didn't have a couple times where I went, ooh, all right. And you know what? That's admirable. I salute them for actually being able to do that to me. Just like Conjuring 2 and Conjuring 1 and Annabelle 1. I actually really enjoyed all their films, and they did a really good job at this one at that. I liked how they developed more characters in the film, and they also teased the giant rumor that's been going around for a while now, because ever since the Conjuring 2 movie came out, they've been rumoring that there's going to be a the Nun movie, which is the nun in the second Conjuring movie who was a demon. That is the reason why the family in the Conjuring 2 was being haunted. That's apparently going to get its own like solo film like Annabelle does. And then apparently it's also said that the Crooked Man, who is in Conjuring 2 as well, is also going to be getting its own solo film. But now, after watching this film, I'm going to warn right now, stay at the end of the movie. At the end credits, there is an end credit scene. It's not really a great one, but it's one. There's two of them, actually, but one of them just has to do with Annabelle, which is just showing the doll, really. And the second one has to do with the nun. And it shows the nun coming up to the screen and really scary music and stuff like that. Ooh, it's very scary. But now it's been completely confirmed that the people of Conjuring are actually making a nun movie. And honestly, I can't wait to see how that turns out. That's going to probably be really cool. So, like I said, as the movie gets more scary and more suspenseful, the demon becomes more physically shown. And Janice's character becomes more of a threat to the girls than more of a friend. And the house becomes more of a haunted house. So once they figure out that Janice is the reason why this haunting is getting any worse, they have to make sure that they do whatever they can to save her. So they pretty much stuff her in the room where Annabelle was originally stuffed. And they think that it's over from there after leaving the house. The cops show up and they try and find her. They couldn't find her and she pretty much disappeared. But towards the end of the movie, she reappears and she's readopted by a new family. And as the movie starts coming more to a conclusion, we see the scene from Annabelle 1, where this couple in this house pretty much gets killed by two people who are part of a cult. And the girl that kills those couple is Janice grown up. She's killing her parents because those are her parents that adopted her. And the man that comes in trying to kill the mom comes and kills mom. That's when the Annabelle main character parents come into play, and they go over to that house to see what's going on, and then thus Annabelle happened. So that was really smart. I thought that was very, very, very clever, very awesome. Don't think that could have been done any better than that. That was fantastic in my opinion. So I tried to do his best without spoiling this movie, and I'm sorry if I did, but let's just go ahead and get into the rating. What do I rate Annabelle Creation? Due to the fact that it was probably the best film on horror that I've ever seen. It was brand new. It was fresh. It had really good jump scares. It had very good build-ups, and it was very suspenseful through the whole film. And there was a lot of cool Easter eggs through the whole film, and I really enjoyed it. So, what do I give this movie? I'm giving this baby a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed Annabelle Creation and you saw it, leave it in the comments below. Tell me what you enjoyed about it. What was your favorite part of the movie? If you didn't like it, tell me why you didn't like it. Be respectful of other comments because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.
Then we gonna fall, then we let it pop, don't let it go. Come on, X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you, X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. Come on.